Hey, Vicky. Sorry to bother you with this, but is there any chance you could have all my golf clubs sent over?
You're gonna play golf there?
Yeah, the boss invited me.
You haven't played in years. Are you sure this is a good idea?
That's the thing, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. I'm thinking of getting some practice in on my next day off before we go to avoid severe embarrassment. I know it's short notice, but I'd be super grateful if you could send them over tomorrow or the day after.
Sure thing. I'll send them tomorrow.
Thanks so much, you're a lifesaver. That reminds me, Rena's summer break starts soon, right? You guys want to fly down to Florida to hang out with your favorite guy in the whole world?
Huh? You mean you?
Yeah, duh. I'm not gonna be down here forever, and I figure while I'm here on work transfer, we may as well make the most of it as a family. Yeah, my neighborhood's by no means a bustling city center, but there are loads of tourist spots, like nature and green stuff, and alligators. They're chill as long as you don't go near them, though. There are tons of leisure activities around here. I think Rena would love it, and it would make me so happy to see you both again. Plus, imagine all the cool stuff she'd get to draw in her picture diary.
Patris, you will be coming back here for Rena's birthday, right?
Yeah, of course.
Then, why would we go out of our way to fly down there to you? Let's just wait till her birthday.
Well, how about you come here a week before her birthday? And then we all fly home and celebrate it with the rest of our family together.
I don't know, Patris. Florida's really hot. Me and that kind of heat don't get along at all. I'd rather go somewhere cooler. Why would we go out of our way to fly out somewhere I'm going to be all sweaty and uncomfortable? Plus, global warming's really bad these days. I heard it's hotter than average this year.
But we live in California.
I hate traveling in heat. It'd be a nightmare bringing Rena along, too. We'd both be sweaty messes and she'd be complaining the whole way.
Well, I think she'd love it. Sure, it's hot here, but of course we have aircon everywhere, and it's not like we have to run any marathons or anything. We can just take our time and relax.
Oops, silly me. I totally forgot. Rena has her swimming classes to go to during her summer break, so we have to stay here. Sorry, honey.
Really? Well, I guess it can't be helped then. Still, though, this is a summer break we're talking about. We should at least take her somewhere.
Can't we just take her to a theme park or something? She said she really wants to go to Peeps Land. She's been begging me to take her for what feels like forever now.
Peeps Land? That's a great idea. That's a day of guaranteed family fun right there.
You needn't think I'm coming.
Huh? Oh, why?
I don't have the patience to be standing around for hours queuing in that kind of heat. I'll get sunburned, and sunburn makes you wrinkle. There's no way I'm risking turning into a leather sofa just to trudge around in an overcrowded theme park, pretending to have fun for a whole day.
Wait, what? Are you forgetting about how we used to sunbathe together? You never cared about that kind of thing before.
You can get away with it while you're young, but as soon as you get older, the wrinkles start to show in people who get too much UV exposure. That's why I've been spending so much money on skin whitening treatments lately.
Now, I'm not saying you have to take the time of your life, but won't you at least go for Rena's sake? Don't you want to see her enjoying herself? I think she'd much rather we went together as a family.
I'm not going, and that's final. The two of you can go without me. I'm with her 24/7. I think it's about time you start putting some effort into boosting your daddy credentials, because they're not looking great. You live thousands of miles away. She only gets to see you when you're not too busy to video call her.
Wow. Are you holding my job against me now? The only reason I transferred over here in the first place was for you guys. Besides, I really don't think there's any correlation between you not going to the theme park with us and her liking me more.
Maybe you don't feel that way because she's still in that sweet, affectionate age bracket. But it's a well-known fact that girls start hating their dads when they move up to middle school. And if she isn't absolutely besotted with you by then, you're in for a rude awakening.
Sure, maybe as a general rule, but I find it hard to imagine Rena ever being like that.
You're free to bury your head in the sand as much as you like. It makes no difference to me whether you live in delusional fantasy land or not. The bottom line is, I'm not going. Having to drag ourselves out to your parents' place for Rena's birthday every year is enough a pain in my ass as it is. The last thing I need is you forcing me to tag along on some plain-in-the-ass theme park trip. You might not be able to relate to this, but I work really hard looking after Rena. Surely I should get to enjoy some me time every now and then?
I guess you do have a point. You have to do everything for her now I'm in Florida for work, not to mention all the housework on top of it. Got it. Me and Rena will go. Just the two of us.
Yay! Score! Now I can finally have some chill-out time.
You deserve it, Vicky. Well, thanks for everything you do. I appreciate you.
Huh? Why are you getting all soppy on me all of a sudden? Relax, Patris. It's not a big deal, really. I know you didn't get much of a choice on the transfer, and I'm the one who chose not to come with you.
Still, look after Rena, and keep things running at home all by yourself. I'm grateful for everything you do.
That's nice, honey, but I do wish you expressed that gratitude by buying me gifts every now and then.
Gifts? Is there something you want?
Well, there might be a certain bag I got my eye on. It costs $1,500 though.
$1,500 for a bag? Jesus, that's expensive.
Is that a no?
Yeah, you do work really hard, so it's not necessarily a no.
You do know it's my birthday next month, right, babe? Wink, wink.
Yeah, okay, got it. Leave it with me. Let me know if there's anything else you want.
Don't worry, I will.
But Vicky, don't you think you might be overusing the credit card a little lately? I almost had a heart attack when I saw this month's statement.
Being a woman is expensive, Patris. Besides, I always have to buy Rena new clothes because she's growing so fast. Not to mention her school supplies, I'm hardly throwing it down the drain.
I see, but please stop using it from now on. It's over the limit every month these days.
Fine, I'll stop. Okay, I'm gonna go get your clubs ready to be sent off now.
Cool, thanks, babe. You're doing me a big favor here. Hey, Vicky, did you take some money out of our savings account?
Sorry, I was in urgent need of a little extra cash, so I took some out.
Urgent need? What for? Is everything okay?
To tell you the truth, I lent it to my brother Kyle.
Wait, what? Why?
He quit his job. He broke down in tears, begging me for help, saying he couldn't even afford his food or utilities anymore. He promised to pay it all back as soon as he found more work.
I see. Well, I thought I was hallucinating when I saw you withdraw $3,000 in one go. If your brother's in trouble and promised to pay it back, I guess I don't mind. You could have at least told me beforehand.
You're right, I'm sorry.
Is he gonna be okay? Why would he quit his job if it meant having to beg his sister for money?
Apparently his company were exploiting him and making his life hell. They're piling all kinds of ridiculous, borderline illegal demands like mandatory overtime and going without breaks on him on a virtually daily basis. He was at his physical and emotional breaking point. He knew quitting would come with its own set of problems, but he said it was either that or have a nervous breakdown and get institutionalized. My first thought was the same as yours, that he should have stuck it out if the alternative was being broke. But I've never seen him look so worn down and defeated. He was like a shadow of his former self. I honestly think he made the right decision.
Wow. Well, that's crazy. Well, I see. I guess if he was about to break, then he did the right thing by quitting. I hope he finds something better.
Right? But thanks, Patris. I thought you might blow a fuse with me because I took it out without telling you.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, hey, what the F is she doing when I saw it, but I know you wouldn't use the savings account for nothing. And if Kyle is in genuine trouble, then I can hardly hold it against you.
Right. Even our parents don't know he quit yet. He's trying to keep it on the down low for the time being.
It's only normal to not want the world to know if you're a nervous wreck. I left a bad company myself once too, and it's weird, even though you know they were screwing you over, you still get these feelings of guilt and self-doubt about whether you did the right thing. I understand him not wanting people to know. Alright, I won't let on that I know if I see him anytime soon.
Thanks, babe. You're the best. I'm so lucky I married such a nice guy.
Anyway, how's Rena? What's she doing right now?
Taking a bath?
Listen, babe, I just can't shake the feeling she's been acting a little strange lately.
Huh? She seems like her usual old self to me.
Whenever I call her these days, it seems like she can't wait to put the phone down. Her voice sounds kind of gloomy, too. It's like her vigor and zest for life disappeared somewhere all of a sudden.
You sure you're not just imagining it? She seems plenty vigorous and zesty to me. Or maybe she just doesn't want to speak to you? Even so, I wouldn't take it personally. Like I said before, they all go through that phase eventually.
Maybe so.
She's not a baby anymore. She'll be ready for middle school soon. She's always been clever for her age, and everyone knows brighter kids are more likely to rebel against their parents. Especially when they're overbearing. I think it's their way of asserting their independence.
I'm hardly overbearing.
I don't know, Patris. I think you embarrass her. You've been calling her every single day lately.
Huh? Am I embarrassing?
I think you should stop calling every day, at least.
Wow, I see. Well, I hadn't thought about it. You're right. Maybe I should give her some space.
Besides, she's been really busy with her swimming classes lately, and if she's not at the pool, she's out with her friends. She's probably tired. To be honest, I don't think she has the time or energy to talk to you every day. But she probably feels too awkward to tell you straight, so it comes out in her attitude instead.
I guess it's only normal she'd want to relax after doing laps at the pool for hours. Okay, got it. I won't call her tonight. I'll just have my dinner and jump in the tub. Okay, make sure you take it easy, honey.
I saw on the news there's a heat wave over there right now. It said 27 people died of heat stroke already. Can't believe it. Looks like we made the right decision not to fly over after all.
Yeah, nuts, right? Thanks, babe. I'll be careful. Make sure you guys take it easy, too. Hey, Irina. You all finished up in the pool now?
Hi, Dad. Yep. I'm back home. Are you still at work?
I'm slacking a little today. Can I call you today, or did you want to go to bed early tonight?
No. I don't know.
You don't know? What does that mean?
And when are you coming home?
Well, for your birthday. Just 6 days now.
I have to wait this long?
Well, what's this? You want to see me again now?
Yes.
I'm pleased to hear that. I want to see you too, sweetie. Let's hang out a bunch when I get back. We can play all of your favorite games.
Dad, I'm hungry.
Huh? Well, there's not a whole lot I can do about that, sorry. Don't you have any snacks in the cupboard? Why not see if your mom will rustle you something up?
Mom went somewhere in the car with some weird old guy. She said she'd be back right away. But she's been gone ages now. I have no money or food.
You don't have, one of your food? Some weird old guy? Hey, well, what's going on, Rena? You mean your mom isn't home right now?
Yes.
Wait a sec, when did she leave? She said she was at home when she messaged me yesterday.
Well, she isn't. I haven't seen her in 5 days.
What the?
She gave me some money when she left. But I bought some stuff other than food and accidentally ran out. I messaged Mom so many times, but she won't respond. It has the tick mark, so I think she read them.
Oh my god, I had no idea.
What do I do, Dad? When is Mom coming home?
I don't know when she'll be back.
I'm so hungry.
Hang on a sec, sweetie. I just messaged your grandma. She said she's on her way to you as we speak. She's gonna get you all your favorite foods.
Okay. I'm sorry, Dad.
Why would you apologize? You haven't done anything wrong.
But I broke my promise to Mom. I didn't know what else to do when my money ran out.
Hey, money's for spending, sweetie. Don't worry about it, but... What do you mean your promise to your mom?
She told me not to tell you she was at home. I haven't been going to my swimming classes either. But she told me to tell you I was. She said if you found out, the cops would come and take her to jail. And I'd never see you again.
Oh, so it's like that, huh?
Huh? Like what?
Nothing. Don't worry. Everything's gonna be okay now, Rena. Thank you for telling me. I'm very proud of you. I'm the one who should be apologizing. You must have been so lonely all on your own all that time.
I was.
I'm getting on the next flight home.
Wow, really?
Really. I'll never let you feel sad like this again. I'll always be there to protect you, no matter what.
Rena, where are you right now? Where did you disappear to? And who the hell do you think you are going out without my permission? Why? What do you mean, why? I just got home and you're nowhere to be seen. Did you seriously think you can get away with going out to play without my permission while I was out? How dare you disobey me? You haven't been home for 5 days. Because he went away in some weird old guy's car. Wait, you saw that? Yeah, I saw. He came to pick you up outside our house. That man's just a friend of mine, sweetie. Rena, you wouldn't have happened to mention any of this to your dad, would you? You said you'd get arrested if I told Dad, right? Exactly. You'd never be able to see him again. He'd be alone for the rest of your life. That's not true. I'm gonna be with Dad forever from now on. Huh? I'm at Grandma's house. Wait, what the hell? What are you doing there? I'm gonna give the phone to Dad now. He said there are some things he wants to discuss with you. Rena, no, wait! Are you really with your dad? Rena!
Hey, Vicky. How was your holiday? You know, the one you left our daughter on her own to go on.
Patris? Is this really Patris? No, it can't be. You have to be lying, whoever you are. He's still in Florida. It's not even Rena's birthday yet.
You left your daughter all on her own at home for almost a week. You seriously think I can carry on working knowing that?
Patris, please listen to me. My friend got into an accident and I had to rush back to my hometown on short notice. I was by her hospital bed the whole time. She's so badly injured it looks like she might not make it. I came home because of Rena, but I have to go back soon. The doctors are still saying I shouldn't get my hopes up.
Why didn't you tell me then? Why didn't you leave Rena with my mom?
It was really, really sudden. Besides, I knew if I told you I left Rena all on her own, you would have flipped out at me.
Obviously. By the way, you can drop the act now. I know.
Huh?
I know you went on vacation with your lover.
No way. My lover? I never cheat on you, baby. Surely you know that. And what's all this about a vacation? I've no idea what you're talking about. You can't seriously think I'd leave Rena all on her own to go on vacation.
If you didn't go on vacation, would you mind explaining what all that stuff in our computer search history is about? You were looking at holiday sites for hours. You even stayed logged in to the one you ended up booking your trip on. I saw the ticket for your return trip to Guam in your order history.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't you. Oh, okay. Who else could it possibly have been?
Someone hacked me. That kind of thing happens. You see in the news all the time. Someone must have put a virus on the computer and hacked us. There's a hacker inside our computer, Patris. Oh my god, we have to cancel all of our cards. They have access to our bank accounts.
You really are something else. You still won't admit it, in spite of the fact you've obviously been busted.
Why are you so convinced I'm cheating on you? If you're gonna make accusations like that, then you need to prove it. Show me the evidence. I admit, I left Rena on her own for a little while. And yes, I know that's not ideal, but it's not like I did it for no reason. My friend might die, Patris. I did not go on a vacation with the supposed lover I've apparently been cheating on you with, and I'm not about to admit to something I didn't do.
I spoke to Kyle. Turns out he didn't quit his job.
You did what now?
He came over after I told your mom about you leaving Rena on her own for nearly a week to go get piped by Loverboy in Guam. He said he wanted to figure out what was going on, so he came over and we had a little chat. He showed up in a suit, which set off alarm bells right off the bat, because an unemployed guy on the verge of a nervous breakdown doesn't show up to your house in a suit, right? I asked him how things were with work, and guess what? He said things were going great. He still works at the same company he's been at for the last 10 years. He looked at me with such a confused expression when I asked him if anything out of the ordinary had happened lately, that I felt like a doofus for asking. That $3,000 was your vacation fund, wasn't it?
I told you, Kyle doesn't want people finding out he quit his job. He's just good at putting up the facade of normality. It might look like things are all fine and dandy from the outside, but he's hurting deep down inside.
I think we both know that's a big steaming pile of bullshit. Anyway, I have proof of the affair. You probably didn't notice, but Kyle's been tailing you since you were right back at the airport this morning. He checked your flight information online, so he knew when and where he'd find you. He got plenty of photos of you and Loverboy coming out of the gates.
Oh my god. No way, you have to be lying.
Oh yes, wait. Believe me. I wish I was lying, but unfortunately, you really are this much of a selfish, backstabbing whore. Not only did you cheat on me, but you left our daughter on her own to do it. What the hell are you planning?
Patris, please, listen. The truth is, I'm lonely.
And you think I'm not? Living so far apart from my family takes its toll on me too, you know? How do you think it felt when I found out you turned down the offer of a vacation with me to jet off to Guam with your lover? Talk about rubbing salt in the wound. Oh yeah, and all that stuff about not wanting to travel in the heat was clearly a pack of lies too. Guam's a freaking tropical island. I bet you got yourself a nice tan, huh? So much for all that crap about wrinkles. It was nothing but one pathetic excuse after the other. I don't need a wife who puts a vacation with her lover before her own husband and daughter.
I'm so sorry.
I don't want to hear it. It's too little, too late. If it was just the affair, maybe, just maybe I would have been open to hearing you out and patching things up for Rena's sake. But you left our daughter on her own for almost an entire week without even leaving her enough money to feed herself. Me and you are so done.
My god, no! I can't lose you, Patris. Please, I promise I'll never see him again.
The fact you think breaking things off with him gets you off the hook only makes me feel even more disgusted with you. And let's be honest, shall we? I know this wasn't the first time. Rena told me you regularly went for days at a time. And every time you told her not to tell me, keeping her quiet by saying she'd never see me again if I found out. You're sick.
Baby, please. I know I still have a lot of making up to do, but I swear, me and him are done. I'll never see him again for as long as I live. I swear on my life I'll never betray you again. So please, I'm begging you. Don't divorce me. Anything but divorce.
No can do. My mind's made up and my resolve is firm. I'll never be able to look at your face again without being reminded of what a traitorous whorebag you are. If I could help it, we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. I felt like throwing up when Kyle sent me those pictures of you two coming out of the gates, holding all hands, all loved up like a pair of teenagers.
I totally get that you don't want to see me. I deserve that. But please, think of how this is going to affect Rena.
It's precisely because I'm thinking of Rena that we're getting a divorce.
She needs to be raised by both parents. She already knows I lied to her. Us separating would break her.
If you were really thinking of Rena, you'd accept that she's better off with me. But you're not. You're looking out for number one, just like always. You abandoned her for nearly a week without even making sure she had enough food or money to keep her going until you got back. She broke down in tears and apologized for lying to me for all that time. I told her she didn't have to feel guilty because you made her do it, and she was only doing what she thought she had to. She said she never wants to see you again.
Oh my god. You can't be serious. But she's been with me this whole time.
Sure, but you never gave her the time of day, did you? She told me all about how distant you were, even when you were around. You should be celebrating. You clearly think of her as a burden. What's the point in living together if you don't even show an interest in her? You may as well not be around if that's how you're going to act. Your lover was always your priority. Rena was never anything but a nuisance, was she?
I'm so sorry. You and Rena are the two most important people in the world to me. I see that now. I've been a fool. Please forgive me. I'm begging you. Please.
This isn't how you treat the most important people in your world, Vicky.
Your work transfer is going to be ending soon. I was really looking forward to us living together as a family again. It's not like I was neglecting Rena or anything. I just maybe wasn't as emotionally available as I should have been sometimes. I did my best to look after her in my own way. Are you really willing to destroy our family over a single mistake?
You knew what would happen if I found out. But instead of being a decent human being and just not doing it in the first place, you chose to threaten your daughter into silence instead. You're beyond saving. Oh, and don't worry, our family won't be destroyed. You just won't be a part of it anymore. A sunny vacation with your lover was more important to you than your own family. I'd have to be crazy to stay with you. After a lengthy legal battle with my wife, we eventually finalized the divorce and went our separate ways. The reason it took so long was because no matter how much we hashed it out, we couldn't see eye to eye on who would get custody of Rena. Eventually, we had no choice but to go through divorce court, and I did end up winning custody in the end. But since American courts tend to favor the mom in cases like this, it was one of the hardest 6 months of my life. And at one point, I felt like I was losing the will to live. But determined not to give up, I persevered and fought on for Rena's sake. And thankfully, Vicky leaving on her own for all that time swung the judge's decision, and she was deemed unfit to be a mother. Not only that, but because both her and her lover were married, and they were both aware of the fact they were having a double affair, I received a hefty sum in compensation from the both of them. His lover had to pay his own wife her share of compensation too. Vicky did take some of my assets in the divorce, but they soon vanished between the compensation and child support she now owed me. Forced to take out a loan to keep on top of the payments in the end, all she had to show for her life up until that point was the clothes on her back and a mountain of debt. When the verdict was declared, she broke down in tears and got on her knees in front of me, screaming, "What am I supposed to do now?" But fortunately for her, that ain't my problem. All that matters to me is that me and Rena get our child support money. As something tells me I'll never be seeing Vicky again, and that could only be a good thing. As for Rena, she says she never wants to see her mom again either. I'm aware that things are still tender for her right now, and that she could change her mind one day. But until that day comes, they'll remain strangers. Well, when I told my boss about the situation, he agreed to cut my transfer short and have me working back at HQ in California with immediate effect so I could live with my daughter. Not gonna lie, it's not easy to keep on top of being there for Rena, doing the housework, and holding down a full-time job, but when I see her beautiful smile, I know it's all worthwhile. No matter how hard things get, I'll never give up, and neither should you. I'm lucky to have the support of my own and Vicky's parents. They visit us daily to help out now, and the house is livelier than ever. Rena complains about not getting any alone time anymore, but I think she loves it really because she's always smiling. Well, she's growing up so fast, and I'll probably barely recognize her in another year's time. But no matter who she becomes and no matter what trials and tribulations she faces, I'll always be there to support, listen to, and understand her. She's the most important person in the world to me, and we're closer than we've ever been. Here's to our future together. Let's hope it's a bright one, full of laughter and smiles.